20, we have a particle P traveling in a straight line with deceleration, so we can write that down. A is equal to 4v to the power of n plus 1. Now it's deceleration, so it's going to be minus, and n is greater than 0 is a constant, v is its speed, t is greater than 0, initial speed u, and we want an expression in terms of u, n, and t. So it looks like we're going to let acceleration equal to dv dt here. That's vt, n, and u. That's equal to minus 4v to the power of n plus 1. So dv over v to the power of n plus 1 is equal to minus 4 dt. Integrating these expressions, you leave the constant to the side. V to the power of minus n minus 1 is what v to the power of n plus 1 is. So increase the power by 1 would be adding 1. That will become just v to the power of minus n, and divide by the new power. I can put the minus in front and the n on the bottom. So this integrates starting at u, ending at v, time starting at 0, going to t. So we're going to get minus v to the power of minus n over n between u and v equals minus 4t, integrating that imaginary 1 between t and 0. Putting v and u in for v, we're going to get minus v to the minus n over n minus u to the power of minus n over n equals minus 4t. So we are going to get, I'll put the positive one first, we're going to get 1 over, this guy becomes a 1 over positive u to the power of n by n minus 1 over v to the power of n by n. We're looking for v in terms of the others here. So I'm going to bring the v to the right, or just make it positive. So 1 over v to the power of n times n will be equal to, the other two will be positive as well, 1 over u to the power of n times n plus 4t. If we make this a simple fraction on the right, we're going to get 1 plus 4t u to the power of n times n over u to the power of n times 1. That's equal to 1 over v to the power of n times n. We can multiply both sides by n, which will cancel the n's on the bottom. Now we have a fraction which we can invert to get v to the power of n is equal to u to the power of n over 1 plus 4t u to the power of n times n. So v would be equal to, if it was v squared, would be the square root, v cubed would be the cube root, v to the nth root of u to the power of n over 1 plus 4t u to the power of n times n. Awkward kind of question with strangeness going on, but should be able to get there following the basic rules that you always apply in these questions. Part 2 of the question, when n is equal to 3, when n is equal to 3, we have 4v to the power of 4. Obtain an expression for the speed of p that has traveled a distance, so we're looking at displacement ds. So we know the v dv ds is equal to acceleration. So now we have v dv ds will be equal to this 4v to the power of 4. V, or minus 4v to the power of 4, will be equal to v dv ds. Dividing across by v, we're going to get minus 4v cubed is equal to dv ds. You can do all this in one step. Minus 4 ds is equal to dv over v cubed. And now put your integrals in. It's when the distance has become 3. And v starts at u and ends at v. So we're getting things in terms of u again here. So minus 4s between 3 and 0 will be equal to v cubed is equal to v to the power minus 3, which goes to increase the power by 1 and divide by the new power. this is equal to 1 over, or minus, look at the minus in front, minus 1 over 2v squared. So it's going to be minus 1 over 2v squared between starting at u, ending at v. So we're going to get minus 12 is equal to, putting v in, we're going to get minus 1 over 2v squared. We're going to get minus 1 over 2u squared. We want v on its own, so if we bring that to the left, I could multiply everything by 2. I'll just bring it to the left first. So I get 1 over 2v squared is equal to 1 over 2u squared plus 12. Multiplying by 2, I'm going to get 1 over v squared is equal to 1 over u squared plus 24. I've got a single fraction on the left, so make the right a single fraction and invert them. I'm going to get u squared on the bottom, or u squared times 1, and on top I'm going to get 1 by 1 plus 24 by u squared equals 1 over v squared. So v squared is equal to u squared over 1 plus 24u squared. So v is going to be the square root of u squared over 1 plus 24u squared.